We all kind of knew after the election in November that the long-term hatred after Trump would eventually finish out his second term. All of his vitriol, all of the TDS-afflicted individuals would eventually, instead of just coming to their own senses, just finally taking a look around and going, well, I got a couple extra dollars in my bank account. Things are generally better than they were during, 2020 and 2024. Hey man, things weren't all that bad. Maybe we could just go back to a regular existence. They were never going to do that. They were just simply going to shift, blaming everybody else for their failure and just simply move all of that onto Elon Musk. Elon Musk very prominently and very publicly, hitched himself to the Trump train. And well, honestly, as somebody from the outside looking in, he's done a pretty good job in the position that he's held so far. Like the DOGE department has, exposed a lot of government corruption. But that, of course, has led to a bunch of people, all of a sudden deciding, hey, we need to get money out of the government. That's funny. That's kind of what Elon Musk is doing. But, oh no, we can't let unelected billionaires and unelected bureaucrats run our government. Can I introduce you to a group of people called the World Economic Forum? And what about a billionaire named Alex and George Soros? You guys are familiar with them? But no. It's just Elon Musk. He's a bad guy because he wanted to go ahead and take away the funding of the transgender comic books in Peru. He wanted to stop Social Security payments from people that were born in the 1800s. It's like that's what you're really upset about. No. He's He had a very uncoordinated salute during the inauguration parade, right? Where he just threw one up for the boys. It's unhinged hatred that outside of just simply repeating narratives, I can't really get to the bottom of. But I have this page pulled up, this Tesla takedown, because this is the way that we, normally go about things. We don't like Elon Musk, so we need to attack things that we 5 years ago would have been very much in favor of. And, all of those climate enthusiasts that are out there want to go ahead and get rid of one of the most prominent electric vehicle conglomerate. That's very strange that you guys were all about, electric vehicles, making the world a greener place. But, oh no, it's just once again, simply ideological purity and team politics. That's what this is, okay? But yeah, you look at their stupid signs. Musk hates public lands. Ones that are being misused. Save our services. I mean, which ones? The Department of Education that has led to the cratering efficacy of the public school system? Yeah, no, exactly. He really does. Those are services that very much do need saving, and support federal workers. I mean, when was the last time you talked with a federal employee and you had a problem and they actually solved it? No, exactly. Defund Musk. I don't even know if he's taking a paycheck from the government, and I'm being completely serious on this one. But yeah, go ahead and boycott Tesla. Those cars that you couldn't buy from before. But no. We know that they're taking things into a much more radical position, one of which is, of course, goofy-ass Mark Hamill, who's trying to lead the charge on this one over here on Blue Cry, where Tesla, a.k.a. Tesla, very good takedown is working worldwide. Turns out people really resent an unelected weirdo running government and creating economic chaos. Like what? Hit Elmo right where it hurts in his big fat wallet. If we tank Tesla, it's XX win-win. Jesus Christ, we're missing out on so much because he's not on Twitter anymore. But these fucking freaks who are just out here, just honest to God, committing acts of domestic terrorism, because that's what's happening, okay? Like, these Tesla bombings are absolutely insane. Like, vandalizing public or private property. Like, how do they keep getting away with this? This is nuts, okay? And now you have more elected officials like stupid Jasmine Crockett very much doing the whole Maxine Waters things of, very accurate description. Maxine Waters just looks like Jasmine Crockett if you put her in the microwave for a little bit too long. But, if you see a Republican out in public, you need to go up to them and make them feel uncomfortable. What was that? Stupid Nancy Pelosi at gas stations. You need to go up to them and you need to tell them that they're not welcome here. It's children. It's children lashing out without an authority figure, just telling them, no, you're not doing this stuff anymore. Okay. So instead of Trump trying to, throw out people that are critical of Israel robbing United States blind. It's so funny how they want to go ahead and say, oh yeah, Ukraine's not getting any more money, but you never want to do that for a foreign country. It's very, very interesting how you don't want to do that. But if you're going to be critical of our greatest ally, we're going to go ahead and cancel your visa. It's like, okay, that's really weird. So I've actually got to do a little bit more digging, and that's not something, especially, his very tight relations with God's chosen people. It's been one thing that, has definitely rubbed me the wrong way during his presidency so far. But a lot of the stuff is very easily explainable because he actually wants what's best for America. And all of these leftist activists that are out there, the ones that are on the street and in the government, they're big mad about it because, Trump's proxy, Elon Musk, is cutting off the funding. So, there's not these big organized or hell, even well-presented protests anymore because, you've seen the quality of website that we had for that Tesla takedown website, and holy crap, it's definitely not a shade on Black Lives Matter because U.S. aid's getting shut down really ended up slowing down their funding pipeline. But Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, right, tells Jasmine Crockett to tread carefully as the Democratic rep plans a global day of action against Tesla. This is wild shit, man. Attorney General Pam Bondi cautioned Representative Jasmine Crockett Sunday to tread carefully with plans to target Tesla boss Elon Musk over his crusade to shrink the federal government because, that's exactly what this is about. Going through and auditing just the absolutely insane spending of these government programs and trimming the ludicrous fat. That's it. That's all that they're going after. But last week, Crockett addressed a virtual rally for the Tesla takedown movement and heralded it as heralded its plans for global day of action this coming weekend. So just recently, right? Protest the electric car company. She was an elected public official, so she needs to tread very carefully because nothing will happen to Elon Musk, and we're going to fight to protect all the Tesla owners throughout this country. Because, that's what these global day of actions are all about. Targeting private citizens who own a vehicle. Like, how do you think you're sticking it to Elon Musk? By destroying people's private property. Because you're all just, communist revolutionaries. I understand. Bondi told Fox News Channel, just simping for the federal government. See, it's starting to make a lot more sense. Tesla takedown bills itself as a peaceful protest platform, encouraging Tesla owners to sell their cars and stock in the company to protest Musk's Department of Government efficiency. But you take a look at your average... Well, shit, we'll just pull up the website once again. You take a look at the people that are in that, picture. Do you think anybody can actually afford a Tesla? Look at their shit. Elon is not a genius. He's just a loud rich guy. Oh, there's some really intelligent takeaways. But speaking of intelligent takeaways, on March 29th is my birthday. Crockett, 43, cheered during the virtual rally. I want to see on my birthday is Elon to be taken down. I have learned as I serve on the DOGE Oversight Committee that there is only one language that the people are in charge understand right now, and that language is money, as she said with a smoke alarm chirping in the background. During her remarks, Crockett claimed the rhetoric called for nonviolent action against Tesla, and her language about fighting was figurative. Oh yeah, of course. Figurative. That's why I have my acrylic nails on, my figuratives. We know that we are peaceful, loving people, and this is not about violence. Cool, now we just need to pull up the pictures of all of the Tesla bombings that have taken place over the past couple of weeks. But this is absolutely insane, man, because they're all bent out of shape about what the federal government is doing by purging all of the superfluous spending. And then also, like, the Democrats are so fucking dumb, right? Because you have another former Democrat, an RFK Jr., the Health and Human Services Director, wanting to, check this out. Okay, one of the biggest and most deleterious programs that got signed in during, LBJ's reign, food stamps, right? We need to protect our sacred institutions, like, free handouts from the government. But RFK wanted to come in. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, you need help. You need a little bit of an extra helping hand from food stamps, right? You need to put good food on the table. So the fact that people are spending all of their food stamps on soda and junk food, we should probably get rid of that. You should just be incentivizing healthy eating so that if people have a disability that requires them to be on food stamps, we're not helping that out. We're trying to lower inflammation, trying to raise information about what is actually, a healthy diet that's out there, because a lot of people are still still convinced that, oh yeah, I like Pop-Tart. I like strawberry Pop-Tarts and blueberry Pop-Tarts. I heard that blueberries are good for you, so I get the blueberry flavor, and that's good, right? There are people that unironically think like that. So yeah, raising the information floor would be very helpful, but then also lowering the inflammation floor would also help as well. But yeah, the Republicans put that forward that, yeah, how about we amend, SNAP, okay, which is, it's food stamps. Why don't we amend it so that, yeah, we can't just have people bulk buying pop and chips and cookies and shit like that. Like, why don't we go ahead and do that? But Democrats were like, no, the RFK's bad. Health man bad. Rocket man bad. We need to go against that. The recently appointed Health and Human Services Secretary, RFK Jr., has signaled his intention to cut junk food purchases from being purchased using SNAP benefits. Yes, food stamps. In 2023, the program served an average of 42.1 million people per month. Some 12.6% of U.S. residents. Wow. On average, SNAP recipients will receive an estimated $187 per month. That's crazy, man. Per person in a regular SNAP benefits in the fiscal year of 2025. The benefit can be used for any food or food product intended for human consumption. And yeah, an overwhelming amount ends up being used on junk food. And yeah, if you're going to try to justify, spending government money, which I couldn't think of a more appropriate allegory for spending government money on junk food. Like, I don't know how you could possibly think that that's a good idea, but no. They voted against it very recently. And it was strictly along party lines, and you also had the American Health Association, because they are overwhelmingly supporting Democratic, the party, not in the actual governmental organization. Come out and endorse keeping junk food on food stamps. It's so wild, right? Everything that Trump, Elon Musk, RFK, everything that administration does is being painted in such an adversarial light that the moment that you just take a look at what they're trying to do, you just come away with a different or based opinion. Like, there's no other way to put it. I have never seen spin like this in my entire life, and we don't even need to get into tariffs. But when we're going back to what Elon Musk is trying to do with DOGE here, okay, go ahead and you try to defend this, okay? This is some of those federal workers, right? Because according to the Tesla takedown, we need to go ahead, right? We need to support our federal workers. Save our services, support federal workers, right? Federal workers like this. One of the 7 federal agencies shuttered by DOGE on Friday, this is a little bit old, March 19th, okay, is the most dogeable agency of all time. FMCS, before the pandemic, had a 9-story K Street tower for 60 employees. Its halls were lined with oil paintings of those employees. Let me go ahead and run that back here. Oil paintings of the employees. And the other art purchased from the boss's wife. A 9-story building for 60 employees. What the fuck are we talking about? It used an office tower as a luxury lounge for employees, with an in-house gym, smoking lounge, and an in-office showers. It's listed its top employees as being on a 6-year-long business trip to DC. So he'd have his rent and all his meals paid for just for showing up to work. It steered $1,500 a day to contracts to friends. $1,500 a day. That's wild, man. And jobs to his relatives. Its employees unblocked abuse projections on their purchase cards. Use them to spend $18,000 at a jewelry store and their wife's cell phone and cable at their vacation home. One purchase was for $30,000 on trinkets making employees' anniversaries. The agency office was absurdly oversized, but it refused to move. It hired a consultant and the hallway improvement projects to decorate at an in-house gym for employees and purchased a $1,000 TV for the gym, a $3,867 ice maker, and a $560 stereo. A $3,800 ice maker for your gym. Okay. FMCS existed as a slush fund for employees to live luxury lives. There was no expense that wouldn't bill the government. One charged the federal government for his personal storage unit, used to store photo albums of his dog Buster even after he retired. Scott Beckenbaugh, a top agency official, was paid $174,000 a year, but that wasn't enough. He had his duty station listed as Iowa, so he could have all of his living expenses and food paid for in D.C., where he lived and worked. Yep. He was on a 6-year-long business trip. FMCS hired a former mail carrier who lived in Pennsylvania, Luann Glasser, for a high-level DC-based job, and agreed to pay for her to stay at a hotel for half of every month, even though it would have been easier to find someone better qualified and who didn't need to be put up in a hotel to simply do her job. Many such cases, right? The Federal Mediation and Conciliation Services, that's what FMCS stands for, exists to offer voluntary mediation between unions and management. Yeah, that's just the typical commie shit right there. But many arbitrators do this. Yes, its real purpose is simply to pay employees who constantly billed for travel to luxury destinations to raise awareness of its existence. Many of the agency's top employees live outside the typical Washington, D.C. commuting area and only stopped in the area occasionally. In this era, before telework was routine, its CFO, Fran Leonard, would come to the office twice a week, but leave by 2 p.m. The agency had inexplicably, an office in Honolulu. I'm shocked. In 1 month, Beck traveled to Italy and Switzerland, and she conducted a business meeting over video chat. Cool. She then went to Tunisia and an island off the coast of Georgia. She flew first class and forced the agency to reimburse her for mileage when she drove to her vacation home in Maine. Cool. Yeah, these are the type of federal employees that we need to go ahead and support, right? Its preposterously entitled and audacious employees were leased a BMW with a government card. When investigators and auditors sounded the alarm about blatantly illegal conduct, FMCS fired them. Even the few work-related expenses were ridiculous. Yes, the hallway improvement project, $895 for Suzanne Nichter's enrollment to the English Essentials, a grammar refresher course, $735 to Lakeisha Stewart, to attend a listening and memory skills development course. 7 tiny agencies eliminated by DOGE and Trump last week are independent, meaning they report directly to the president, but are so tiny that no president or anyone ever looks over their shoulder. Corruption is endemic as a result. There's a link to the full article, and wow, it's actually somebody doing good work at Daily Wire. That's kind of shocking, but this is the type of shit that Elon Musk is getting rid of with Doge, and this is the type of stuff that is causing people to want to firebomb Tesla Cybertrucks. This is why they want Elon's head on a platter. Yeah, it's very interesting, right? It's almost like everything's all vibes-based, and because there's a bunch of freaks that just want to play perpetual team politics, nobody's actually out there trying to make America great again. On that side, they don't actually want to see America succeed. They don't want to actually see Americans succeed. They just want their team to win. This is what we're dealing with, and this is why I'm never going to give them a single fucking ounce. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.